fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft Locomotive tutorial. Today by request, we're going to be building this coaster train Siemens SC44 charger locomotive. And this one's going to be slightly different. I usually record as I build, and I don't build more than one of the same locomotive. But in this case, I built this first locomotive here, and for whatever reason, the recording never saved. So rather than start over, I'm just going to be building a second one right behind it, and my train will just have to end up with two locomotives on this one. So let's get right into the build now. So the first step is to take a dark oak stair and get it attached up for the coupler. Underneath it, we're going to put a dark oak fence gate. Then we're going to put a dark oak fence on either side of the coupler. Then on the next block down behind it, we need to get a polished deep slate stair facing this way in the middle. And then we'll extend that out by one on each side, so it's 3 blocks wide. Above that, 3 gray concrete and an upside down polished deep slate stair on either side. Then a gray concrete on each side of the top layer here. Come around like this, and 3 forward facing upside down deep slate tile stair. Then behind it, 3 gray concrete across this second layer, and 2 coming up the middle. On each side of that, 2 upside down polished deep slate stairs facing outward on each side. Then we'll come under it, and 2 polished deep slate slabs underneath that. Next, we're going to come into a loom here, and we're going to use a yellow banner and red dye. We're going to make 1/2 red vertically, then we're going to switch to yellow dye and make the bottom half yellow. Then we're going to switch to black dye, and we're going to make a plus shape, so it's divided into 4. Then we're going to do the opposite, so a yellow banner and red dye, make the opposite half red, then switch to yellow dye, make the bottom half yellow, then switch to black dye to make a plus shape of black. These are going to represent all the MU cable caps and ports. So we're going to come up here. On each side we're going to put an item frame. On this side we put this one, and we put the opposite banner on that one. Now we'll do our wheels, so on this next block down behind here, get a netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then we're going to take polished deep slate stairs, and we're going to skip to the 3rd block out. Put 3 coming across upside down this way, then a right side up one facing outward on either side. Then 3 upside down facing this way on this end. So it looks like this. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels here. And we'll also open them into the ends of the wheels on this end and right here. Then on the sides of the wheels, we're going to go ahead and put a skeleton skull on each one, and then next to it a sideways grindstone on each side. Same thing here, grindstones here and here, player heads on the sides of the wheels. Then we'll take gray concrete and fill in this top middle 3 above the wheels, coming down till it's above those fence gates. Then on the 3rd layer up, we'll extend this top outside edge with gray concrete down each side down to the end of this. Behind this on bottom, we're going to make a 3x3 of stone brick blocks, and then another one above it. Then on the bottom outside edge, stone brick stairs upside down and 3 blocks above it. Same thing here, 3 upside down stairs facing outward, 3 blocks above it. Then on the side of this, a player head towards the back and a warp sign. Same thing here, a player head and a warp sign. Then we're going to start our fuel tank. We need to put a temporary block in the middle here on bottom, because we need to get polished deep slate stairs upside down facing forward. Delete that temporary block and bring this 5 across for the front of the fuel tank. Then we're going to switch to upside down stairs facing outward, and we're going to bring another 9 stairs back. Then we can come across here and come around the corner and upside down stairs facing outward on this side all the way up till it connects. And actually this needs to be 1 block longer back here, so take out these middle 3 stairs. I had to go fix this one so it was sideways, and then put 5 facing this way across this end, so it's 1 block farther than I had it. Sorry about that. Next, starting from the back here, 2 gray concrete on either side. Then we need to skip to the inside, and 2 on the inside like that on both sides. Then fill in the outside edge on the rest of it on both sides with gray concrete. So you have a 2 block indent here. In that gap, we're going to put a crimson sign and a crimson button. Same thing over here, a crimson sign and then a crimson button. Then we can fill in across this end with gray concrete. Then we can come up on this 3rd layer and we can extend down gray concrete on each side all the way down to the end of this fuel tank here on both sides. Then behind this on bottom, we're going to put 3 upside down stone brick stairs above the rail, 3 stone brick in the middle, and 3 upside down stairs facing this way on this side. Then a 3x3 of stone brick blocks above it. Then on the side, a player head, a warp sign, and then a brewing stand. Same thing here, a player head, a warp sign, and a brewing stand. Had a little mistake there. Then we'll extend out the 3rd layer of gray concrete down to the end of this on both sides. Then we'll do our next set of wheels, so skip 1 block back from this, down on the rails, get a block of netherite on each rail for the wheels, and then an end rod axle. Then take polished deep slate stairs and skip to the 3rd block out, 3 upside down facing this way. Then a right side up one facing outward on each side, and 3 upside down facing this way on this end. Then back here, another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then we're going to put a skeleton skull on the side of each wheel, and next to those, a grindstone. Same thing over here, grindstone here and here, and a skull on each wheel. Then we're going to open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels on this end, and also into the ends of the wheels on this end here. Then we'll fill in this top middle 3 with gray concrete, coming down the length of the truck, and we'll stop above where the fence gates are. Then on the 3rd layer, extend the outside edge of gray concrete down to the end of it on each side here. Then we're going to skip a block back behind this, and we're going to make 2 rows of 5 polished deep slate walls coming out to each side of the rails. Then we'll extend the middle 3 of gray concrete until it's 1 block past this. And go ahead and bring our 3rd layer on the sides down to the end. Then behind this here, we're going to take out a polished deep slate stair, and we need to get 3 of them facing this way, right side up in the middle. Above that, 3 gray concrete, and on the sides, a column of 2 right side up polished deep slate stairs on either side. Then 3 gray concrete across this top middle. Next, take a dark oak stair, turn around and get it stacked up to the 2nd block to be the coupler. Delete the one we used for placement. Put a dark oak fence gate underneath it, and then a dark oak fence on either side of the coupler. Then on each side of the top, an oak button. Then we're going to come up on this 3rd layer here and take a block of iron, and we're going to fill it in on this middle 3 going end to end. Now we're going to come across the top of this front here with 5 cyan concrete and then 1 on each side on top. Then a black wool on each side, and then an upside down forward facing warp stair with an acacia sign on it. Then on the outsides of the bottom layer here, we're going to put a crimson button on each side, and then on each side above that, we're going to put a glow item frame with glowstone for the ditch lights. Above that, 3 black wool in the middle, and on each side a forward facing warped stair. Just like this. Come around behind it, a column of 2 blue concrete on each side, and a cyan concrete on top. Then turn this way, and another warp stair facing forward on each side. 3 light gray stained glass blocks across the middle for the windshield. Then behind that, we're going to extend 4 blocks of blue concrete back and raise it up till it's 3 blocks tall. Same thing here. Then on the sides, a cyan concrete, 2 light gray stained glass, and then a blue concrete behind it. Then on top of the front on the next block back, a warp stair facing forward on each side, and polished blackstone stairs in the middle. Then on top, above the windshield here, we're going to put a warp sign with our locomotive number, which for this one is 5001, and same thing on the other side. Then we're going to hit those with white dye, and then a glow ink sac. Now come up front in between here, and in the center of this top black wool section, a glow item frame with glowstone for the headlight. Then we're going to come behind this, knock out this block, and same thing on the other side. We're going to put a right side up polished deep slate stair and 2 upside down ones for the ladder. Same thing here, right side up stair, 2 upside down ones. On top of that, we're going to take out a warp door here, and we'll put a warp door on top of each of those stairs. We'll also come down to the very back, and we'll put a warp door on the back center. And then we'll come back up here. Behind the door, we're going to extend back 3 blue concrete and then raise that to the top. Same thing on this side. Behind that, a column of 3 blue concrete and a bedrock on top for a vent. Same thing here. Then behind this on bottom, 3 blue concrete on each side. Then 2 layers of deep slate tile walls, 3 blocks long. Then 3 blue concrete above it on each side. Behind that, we're going to make a row of 7 blue concrete coming back. Same thing on the other side, 7 blue concrete. And we're going to raise that all the way up to the top, 7 blocks long. Same thing on this side here, just raise it all up to the top. Then behind this, 2 blue concrete coming back on each side, and a 2x2 of iron bars above it. And then 2 blue concrete above it on each side. This locomotive has very distinctive see-through vents. Then a column of 4 blue concrete behind that on each side. Then a full column of iron bars. Then we're going to do a blue concrete, 2 iron bars, and a blue concrete. Then we're going to do 2 iron bars on bottom of each side. Then a 2x2 of blue concrete on each side. Then 2 iron bars on top. Behind this, we do 1 blue concrete, a column of 2 iron bars, and a blue concrete on top. I was having some trouble getting that last one placed. Then a full column of iron bars behind that. And same thing over here. Then behind this here, We're going to fill it in with blue concrete all the way to the top, and we're going to take that right down to the back of the locomotive. It needs to come out above where that polished deep slate stair is, so it aligns with the door. Then we can come up and over the door and fill all that in. Same thing on this side. And we'll fill in this gap to the top with blue concrete as well. Then come on top of the back, 3 cyan concrete across the end. Then we're going to take warp stairs and start running a line of outward facing warp stairs across this top edge. When we get up here, we're going to stop 1 block before the door and put a deep slate tile stair there for a vent. Then the rest of it is warp stairs. Then we'll do the same thing here, bring warp stairs down to here, a single deep slate tile stair, and warp stairs all the way down the top edge till you get to the back of the locomotive here. Just like that. Come down on the back of this here, a column of 2 iron bars on each side of the doors, and 2 around the corner on this back outside edge. Then right here on each side we'll put a crimson button. Skip 1 block up from the door in the middle, a glow item frame with glowstone for a headlight, a stone button next to it. On the outside edge, a warp sign for our number plate, which is 5001. Same thing on the other side. Then we're going to hit those both with white dye and then a glow ink sac. Then we're going to come around this top corner and put a stone button here and here. Then we're going to come up front because the number's on the side as well. So on this first blue concrete block in the corner, a warp sign with 5001. Hit that with white dye and a glow ink sac. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. 5001 on a warp sign. Hit that with white dye and then a glow ink sac. Come on top of the front here, 3 black wool across the front, then a crimson button in the middle, and 2 conduits on either side for the strobe lights. And here I was just checking on my other one to make sure I build it right, because the roof is a little bit complex on this one. So we're going to come back here, skip 1 block back behind this, and build a 2x2 of smooth stone over there. Then smooth stone slabs on the bottom hitbox, coming around this cube. Behind that, a 3x3 of smooth stone blocks. Then on the smaller front cube, a polished black stone button over there, and on each side of the 3x3, we're going to put back-to-back levers for antennas. Then behind this, we're going to take smooth stone slabs, 3x3, and we're going to put it on the upper hitbox of the second block down. Then in the middle, we're going to open 3 warp fence gates across it to be the horn, and 3 warp fence gates the other way behind it. Then behind this, a 3x3 of smooth stone blocks. Then 2 iron trapdoors on the back on each side. Then behind this, we're going to do another 3x3 of smooth stone and 3 iron trapdoors up the middle with a polished black stone button in each corner. Behind this, we're going to do a 5x3 of smooth stone. Then we'll run a line of 5 iron trapdoors up each side of that section. Behind it, we're going to take bedrock and we're going to make it 6 blocks long and come all the way across with it. Then we're going to take warp trapdoors and fill in the whole top of this bedrock section with warp trapdoors. Behind this, 3 smooth stone blocks coming across, 2 bedrock on this side, fill the rest with smooth stone and come around it. Then 2 bedrock on the opposite side and fill all the rest with smooth stone. On the very back, a cyan candle on each side. Then aligned with this front bedrock block, 2 polished black stone buttons. then 1 on each side in this middle gap, and then 2 over there across from the last bedrock block. And I just realized we missed a vent, so come up next to the back of this iron bar section, skip 1 block back on top, knock it out, put in a deep slate tile wall. Same thing over here, knock this one out, deep slate tile wall. Now we have to make our letter banners for the logo, so we're going to come into a loom here. We're going to be using a blue banner and white dye. Vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner. Horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, in a diagonal. New banner. Horizontal on top, vertical in the middle. New banner. Vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, top half white, diagonal. Then we're going to switch over to blue dye, and we're going to put a blue border around every single one of these letter banners here. Then we can come up and place it on the side of the locomotive. So we're going to come right in front of this first iron bar vent, and we'll just spell out the word coaster with our banners. And then of course we'll put it on the other side, starting right in front of that vent, and we'll spell out the word coaster on this side as well. Now we're going to go and we're going to take out iron bars, and on each side of this door ladder we're going to make a column of 4 iron bars coming up. We'll do the same thing on this side, so a column of 4 iron bars on each side of the door. Now we're going to come inside and do the interior, and this is probably the most complex interior for a locomotive we've ever done. It's not just one big engine room in here. There's multiple compartments with lots of cooling and air filtration systems to make this locomotive Tier 4 compliant. So we're going to go ahead and come on into the cab here. And we're going to take out polished andesite slabs. Up here, under the front windshield, a row of double slabs to fill in that gap. Then, right here, we'll start filling it in with our slabs to make the floor. And we're going to bring this back 1 block behind where the doors are. On the center behind this, smooth quartz stairs coming down in a staircase. Then we'll come up here, 3 polished andesite slabs for the desk, 2 glow item frames with end crystals for computers, and a lever for the engineer. Then we can go ahead and turn around, put a stair on each side for seats. Then we're going to put a column of 2 blast furnaces on either side here, and a door in the middle. Right here on each side we'll put a torch to light up the cab. On each side of the stairs back here, we're going to put 2 columns of white shulker boxes going floor to ceiling. Same thing over here. Then behind that, we'll do a column of 3 white shulker boxes. Just checking my spacing there. So like I said, 3 white shulker boxes in a column here. Same thing on this side. Under this vent, we're going to put 3 blast furnaces. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Then we're going to crouch, and we're going to place 3 grindstones on top of the blast furnaces. Make sure they're going sideways like this. Behind that, a floor-to-ceiling column of white shulker boxes on each side. Then on this side we'll put an end portal for a toilet right here, and another column of white shulker boxes floor to ceiling. Then 2 on top in the middle here. Then we'll turn around this way and put a door on our little bathroom. Here, 2 columns of 3 blast furnaces, 2 white shulker boxes on top. Then we put a door right here, come down under it, and 2 quartz bricks above that door, just like that. Then we're going to come through the door into the compartment we just made, and right here we're going to put a row of sideways end rods coming across to light it. That's another thing about this locomotive. The engine room is very well lit compared to other locomotives. Then we'll come back out here and we'll start on the prime mover. So we'll start in the center, 1 block back from the door. We're going to put 4 sideways anvils. Just 4, I put 1 too many there. Then above that, in the center, 4 redstone blocks, because this prime mover is actually fully painted red. Then another row of 4 anvils above that. And then another 4 redstone blocks above it. On this bottom one, on the side of all the redstone, we're going to put crimson buttons. Same thing on this side. Then we'll skip a block back behind it, and we're going to put a column of quartz bricks on each side and frame in the top, just leaving a space where we can put a door down there. Then on this top edge, we're going to run a line of sideways end rods to light up the engine room. Same thing on this side over here. And then we'll move on through the door to the next compartment. This one has these massive screens on the side because there's a giant air filtration system in here. We're going to put a polished black stone brick wall, 2 smooth stone, and a polished black stone brick wall. On the front, 2 glow item frames with end crystals. Behind it, we're going to take acacia logs, coming 5 blocks back, and we're going to stack them vertical all the way to the top. So it looks like a giant air filter thing. Then we'll skip 1 block back and frame in another doorway with quartz bricks. And then, just like before, a full line of sideways end rods across the top. And then the same thing over here. Full line of sideways end rods across the top. And then we'll move on to the very back compartment. Put a door right here and come through it. Then back here in front of the doorway on each side, a floor to ceiling column of quartz bricks on each side. Then on the bottom of each side, 4 observers facing like this. Same thing over here. On the top back, a column of 3 brewing stands coming up to the ceiling on both sides. Then we're going to take out an end rod and come right up the center of the top with sideways end rods to light up this compartment here. Then we're going to put 3 hoppers above these observers on the side, and same thing over here. Then we're going to have to put down a temporary block for us to stand on it, and then crouch, and we're going to put sideways grindstones coming up off the hoppers like this. Same thing on the other side. Make sure they're facing sideways like this. Then we can delete our temporary block here. And now I'm just going to come up back through the inside of the locomotive here to make sure we've done everything right and we can actually fit through all these compartments. So far so good. Let's make sure we can fit through these stairs up here was my main concern. And we can, so we're good to go here. So there we have it, folks. We've completed our coaster train Siemens SC44 charger locomotive. I hope you enjoyed the build, and make sure you save room on your track because we are going to be building a full train for these locomotives. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there, rail fans.